Hey everyone, it's Justin here, America's Honest Tax Accountant from Number Crunch Nerds. So tax planning season is now in full swing. It's time to get those Roth IRA conversions calculated and completed. Whether you're doing it for number one, to reduce your family's lifetime tax burden, number two, to minimize the impact of widow's penalty for both income tax purposes and IRMA purposes. Or number three, to start setting your children or grandchildren up for a prosperous future by funneling some of that Roth conversion savings into investment accounts. Roth IRAs if they happen to have any part-time or summer income. Trump accounts if applicable. Or even 529 education plans for which many states offer a tax deduction. There is no better time to get your year-end planning started than right now. So with that in mind, let's start going through some of the draft tax forms for 2025 and other updates that the IRS has started releasing in the last few weeks that are relevant to the personal tax planning template. So starting off with Schedule 1-A. This is an all-new schedule created specifically for the major OBA provisions that we have discussed numerous times recently on the channel. So here is the draft Schedule 1A for the Form 1040. Take note that this one right here is draft only at the moment, subject to change. Here is the URL where this draft form comes from. They are going to call these OBA deductions simply additional deductions. And you can see the setup right here, similar to what we have inside the personal tax planning template. There's our modified adjusted gross income calculation. Part 2 right here is going to be our no tax on tips. There's our no tax on overtime for Part 3. Part 4, no tax on car loan interest. And then here Part 5, what I have been referring to as the senior OBA bump. They are going to call that the enhanced deduction for seniors. And the grand total of all of the additional deductions is going to carry to Form 1040 right here, line 13B. Okay, now if we go to the draft 1040 for 2025, here's the URL for the 1040 draft. There's line 13B right there that we just mentioned for the additional deductions that are carrying up here from Schedule 1-A. And we will see when we look at this form that the IRS has done exactly what we previously speculated about on the channel. They have created a hybrid deduction of sorts that is both below the line and also doesn't require you to itemize deductions. So if we go back up here to the 1040 draft, you can see right here on line 11B, this is the line, quote unquote. The line, remember, is adjusted gross income, AGI, and so you can clearly see that line 13B, which is the additional deductions from Schedule 1-A, that is clearly below the line. However, it also does not require you to itemize deductions. You can take the standard deduction or the itemized deductions right here on Schedule A, and that has no impact on your ability to take the additional deductions on Schedule 1A related to the OBA provisions. So in other words, historically, when someone said below the line, that always used to mean an itemized deduction. However, now with this new presentation, the statement below the line could be referring to either itemized deductions, or it could be referring to the additional deductions from Schedule 1A. Now, for members of the Personal Tax Planning Template Program, I have just uploaded a video deep dive on both the MAGI section as well as the Enhanced Senior Deduction section from Schedule 1A. We're going to work through those two sections, both part number 1 right here as well as part number 5. We're going to walk through those on a line-by-line basis and compare them to our calculations inside of the personal tax planning template. So if you're already a member of the personal tax planning template program, you can log in at your convenience and check those deep dive videos out. Now, next up, we have some changes to Schedule A itemized deductions. Specifically, the IRS has released a revised worksheet that relates to Schedule A with respect to the updated $40,000 limitation on the deduction for state and local taxes, i.e. generally known as the SALT cap. You can see right here, there's the Schedule A for Form 1040 for 2025. You can see this revision to the form was created on September the 11th, 2025. Going right down here, there is our $40,000 SALT cap. This section right here in the red box, that is our MAGI calculation. And then right down here in the green box, that is going to be our income phase-out calculation. As you might expect, I have also uploaded a deep dive video on this one to the members area. We want to walk through these MAGI calculations as well as the income phase-out calculations in conjunction with the other OBA provisions. So we're going to comb through that one in detail, and again, you can log in at your convenience to check that one out as well. Okay, in addition to that, the IRS has just released inflation adjustments for 2026, so it's once again time to update our standard deduction as well as our 2026 tax brackets within the personal tax planning template. You can see right here, this update was actually dated October the 9th, 2025, so just a few days ago. And we have both inflation adjustments for 2026 as well as amendments from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And so, of course, I have just uploaded a members area deep dive on this topic as well. So it's a great long Columbus Day weekend to knuckle down and get your 2025 tax planning underway or finalized. Remember, the OBA years, which at this point means 2025 through 2028, are providing some amazing opportunities for you to get meaningful Roth IRA conversions done and to offset that income against the enhanced senior deduction, the $40,000 SALT cap, and many other OBA provisions that may be applicable to you depending on your facts and circumstances. My personal tax planning template program is arguably the most complete, comprehensive, and accessible personal tax planning training program on the market in the United States today. So if you're finally ready to do personal tax planning for real, by the numbers, in a way where you can really see and understand what's happening, and agree your results to your as-filed tax returns, then you can join my personal tax planning template program today and receive lifetime access for a one-time access fee at the link in the description below this video on YouTube. And if you're new to the channel and still becoming familiar with the personal tax planning template program, as well as the hidden tax traps that await your family in the form of high bracket RMDs and IRMA surcharges caused by the lack of planning and the inevitability of widow's penalty, then make sure to check out some of my latest popular releases on YouTube, including the $100,000 RMD trap that nobody thinks about, the time value of money mistake that destroys IRAs, your 17-point checklist for 2025 Roth conversions, and of course the 2 Roth IRA 5-year clocks finally explained. You can find links to these popular videos in the description below this video. And that's going to be it for today's video update. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.